Hello and welcome. Today is all about Indiana Jones and Star Wars in this live upload. Plus a bit of Marvel, because we've got some dioramas and things to get through, but potentially we might have to wait until next week because there are one or two people away, which is a little bit of a shame. So I will turn that off because somebody's just started to ring me right as we start. Now we've got to go through a lot of the bits and pieces that are over on here. So as you can see, just over on this bit just there, lots has changed. So we'll run through all the different base plates, all the things that we need to speak about with regards to space, size, and all the other little bits and pieces with how we're going to spread this out. Now, there is a merge of the Indiana Jones and Star Wars section within here. Over on that side, we have done the Lord of the Rings, so we are in the process of doing that. That might be on hold just for this evening because we have got quite a bit to get through. I have pulled out all of these little bits and pieces to make it easier for us. We have got everything on the base plate. So let me show you everything that is going on at the moment. So you can see, hopefully on here, we have got two very, very large 48 by 48 base plates. And then you've got 3, 6, 9, 12 of the normal base plates as well. So we've got lots and lots of things, lots and lots of bits and pieces to go through. First thing first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and space out this. Now, I want to get the layout of this done first, and then when we figure out the actual layout, we can then see and attack what area that goes in, and I need your help and input. And I have managed to build the throne room this afternoon, which was perfect timing. We've also got to think about what we're going to do with things like this. Are we going to have these dangling down? I've got the Razor Crest ship, which at one point we did suggest last week was going to be blown up and on fire because of this, but we could now potentially turn that into a ride, because we could either get the microfighter Mandalorians and have them flying around it, or we could get the microfighter versions of these and then we could have them blowing that up or doing something random, weird and wonderful. The other bits and pieces that we need to go through is also spacing, because we have got 12 32 by 32 base plates. How much space base plate wise do we give per section? Because we have got quite a lot of things for Tatooine, and then the other bits and pieces which are green, and then obviously we've got the Hoth stuff which will be snow. So we have got quite a bit to get through, and yeah, I'm just going to attack it, see who turns up. It is the Easter break, so it's not exactly the best of times to be doing this, because I think everybody's going to be on holiday and out and about with the kids. But if you can watch it on catch up, you watch it on catch up. If you can't, you can't. It does not matter whatsoever. So I am going to place you, I think, just there. And then I'm going to raise you up by 1 pab cup, like so, because this is how it works. Now you can kind of see what's occurring there or thereabouts, and we are away. So need to move that. Everything that was in this corner, so we had all of the horror stuff and all those little bits and pieces, that is now moved onto this bottom table. Got to figure out what we're going to do with the N1 Starfighter. And I have got some of these boxes ready for us to space and put in to where they need to be going. So we have got one of the dioramas. This is also going to be our Pizza Hut. So we're going to have that for our pizza place. We also have this, which will be at the angle. So I think I will leave that there so we can figure out exactly what space we've got for that. Like I said, we've got the throne room built, and I have got all the Indiana Jones stuff built. The Indy set is a bit of an awkward shape. So if I spin you just over to that side, you should see here that there is the Indiana Jones. Now, because it's not straight and it's on a curved edge, it's going to be a bit awkward to try and get in, but I haven't on purpose clipped it all together. So I can actually move it a little bit easier. And then once we sort of found a permanent home for it, I can then attach all the pieces that are needed to the back. But I think what we're going to have to do is the Tatooine itself, like I said, will be the first thing to get done. But the bar is either going to have to go flush across the back, or we're going to have to curve it, because it takes up so much space. It is ridiculous. So if we can come up with a way to get it kicked in, then obviously I will do. And if you can think of any suggestions as you're watching this back, then please let us know. So that is at the angle. So we have got like an L shape if we want to make it as an L shape, as you guys and girls can see. Then what I will do is I will create a poll. So fingers crossed, everybody then can come back and have a look. So let me get this set up as we go. Space. Where are we? Let's have a look. Add reaction, engage with your audience. What do we want? We want that. Start a poll. Space for space. Cool. Right, go from there, see what's what. So the plan is that this was going to be like an Epcot area. So that is still going to be the plan of attack for this. But we've just got to see what we are going to do and if we are going to mix and match it. So you should, if I move that out of the way, be able to see that we have added in the bar. Now, I wanted to put the bar at the front and then have the bigger sets behind, but I don't think it's going to work. So my thought process was the new Indiana Jones set was actually going to be a photo opportunity, which is this one just here. And these are just the rest of the outbuildings for it. So obviously we'll have to replace all of these with the correct color, which is absolutely fine. We've got to figure out what we're going to do with the car. And now this has been thrown into the mix. So I was thinking maybe what we'll be able to do is make a false wall, almost like a divider, and then bring, disaster, bring this through and over, and then anything else that is this color, we will be able to do. So I'll get Mando out the way, Indy's in the way. Mr. Saturday Av is there taking photos. He does say hello, but he's about to start a Zoom call. So that potentially, where you are, I think, actually works because it just tucks straight into the cantina. So that is that's 3 32 by 32s in length, and we have got a bit of gap on the back. So I don't know what you guys and girls think that looks like, but we could start to create our own area as such. The only thing is that do we want to try and get the new Indiana Jones stuff closer? That is the only thing. I'm not 100% sure, because this that I have well and truly devoured is obviously the perfect color. So we could have this right at the front. Now the plan is that this bit here, this is up to our 32 by 32 end. So where my hand is, this will be a path. We can just come into basically each zone if required. Now, I don't know whether to have this facing forward, because obviously with the unboxing videos, we did have the one just there. I know this is a very, very popular set, but I thought that this would work well if we had, for example, a photographer stood out the front as so, and then we had a meet and greet character, or they just got their photo taken, because you can use this, I think, very well as a photo opportunity. Originally, it was going to be a queue line, but I think you could have your photo taken, stood in front of that thing just there, and then I think you'd be living the dream. But that is the length that we've got for that one, so it just happens to be perfect, I think, and it tucks in. But we do have a bit of wastage at the back. Now, with the bar tucked in like that, it does mean that we could potentially have tables and chairs on the left, do something with the right, or we just fill in this with more bits and pieces. And then do we have the car and some of the snakes going around on this area? Do we just fill all of this area up with the tan? And then we go straight into the next thing. Now, that set is going to be the pain, because it's such an impressive looking thing. But then at the same time, I do not know where it can go, because we want to use that as our adventure playground. Now, the other dioramas are going to be a lot smaller. So obviously, Tatooine as it is what you guys and girls can see, can stay as it is, but can just shift down if required. So where are we at? We've got mix and match. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to have mix and match, I think. So hopefully the notifications work this evening, because we had quite a good one. We had quite a good one last week, but we will see. So we have got in here on the front, because I have literally just built this throne room. You have got the area for the Rancor if need be. So obviously this could be raised up ever so slightly. Because if this went behind, you're just not going to see, you're just not going to see it with regards to everything. Now, the thing is with the mixing and matching, we can do it two ways. You can mix and match the theme and the colors, or we just mix and match the space. But yeah, if I put that there, look, you're not really gonna see it, which is a little bit of a shame. So that needs to go somewhere. So if I keep that at the front at an angle for now, and you know full well that I'm going to knock that every single time. Pathwise, it'll be say 6 to 8 studs wide. So I think that should work. That should work quite well with regards to that. I can see this actually being moved into the middle because that was my plan originally, having the tan right in the middle, and then that would be taking up basically that whole area. But I just don't know if you'll be able to see it from the middle. Because can you tell what that is? Does it look too overpowering? Because if we were to bring the dioramas in front of it, is it gonna cover it? Because they are all there or thereabouts the same. It's amazing to think that is what is supposed to be one of their UCS collector sets, and the throne room is basically exactly the same height, and it just works really, really well. I don't think I have left anything else over that cannot be added in. So we've got these two little outbuildings here, and then it would just be the case of if we can get any speeder bikes or whatever else. We either have it that way, or this goes flush to the back, that goes in at the angle, and then we just attack it and we crack on and go from there. But I think very much we can create a whole landing area just of that. But the next thing is, do we have the plane, so this Indy plane, do we have it over the top of the Tatooine display? Does it come in onto the next thing? Now, the other thing I've got to think of is the Razor Quest is obviously, it's a big, big, big ship. If that was in front of this display, would it ruin this display? That is the thing that we've got to think of. I don't know if we did that. I'm not 100% sure, because we've got the pizza place and what we're calling it, the salad toss bar, I think is what's going to be the next one. And then this is just the adventure playground. This amazing looking thing. So if you've not seen this yet, there's the unboxing video available for all of these now, but you've got cool features with all of these bits and pieces moving. But yeah, because it's not straight, it is a little bit awkward just because of the shape of what it gives off, because I can't really have this at the back like that, because now it's going to eat up into far too much space, because again, this thing is surprisingly big. I don't know if we can have anything in the Tatooine section truck wise. I don't think we've got anything for that. We're going to have the ice cream and the slushy bar for the one area. Vehicle wise, I don't think there's anything to hide into that gap. We almost need something a little bit taller to go into that back corner. And we also want to know if they are going to release the other set. Because if they are going to release the other set, then that is going to be an absolute nightmare, and I might have to shut the cantina up completely and then make some sort of completely different display. But you guys and girls can let me know as we go through to regards to what you think would work. As I'm pulling everything, I'm actually ripping everything off, which is annoying, because I was going to use this as a guide. But this is literally 2 base plates in length, there or thereabouts. It's a big meaty thing. Like I said, it's not fully clipped together, but I'm not being the most gentle with it because it keeps getting stuck on the base plates. But let me show you. Good evening, sir. How are we? So Jay, as you are, seems to be the only one here. Do Tatooine as a solid Tatooine, and it's its own complete thing, and then we have a walkway down into each individual land, and it's just split up because this diorama is bugging me because it's so big and it's not straight. I don't know whether to bring the diorama over to this bit. I don't know whether to have the Razor Quest first. I don't know what to put into the first bit, because I've managed to make up the throne room, so that's obviously what that bit that bit is. So the throne room and the cantina bar are 332 by 32s in length. So it's a big thing. And then obviously we've got this at the front. We can chop and change that around. I'm going to use this as a photo thing. And then obviously we've got the plane. We need to figure out what we're going to do with the ship. This is obviously a base plate. So does this come to the front? I don't know. So I have done this on purpose, just so it's easier for me to understand what people mean. I have put all the base plates down, so it's all changed. So what we have is, whenever you're talking about anything in the comments, you've got football pitch, 3 base plates for road, 3 upside down green base plates, 3 runway base plates, and then you've got 3 grey base plates at the end. So that way I know exactly who wants to go what where, but we've got 3, 6, 9. Yeah, 3, 6, 9, 12 32 by 32s plus the big football pitch as well. Now that's what I was thinking originally, Jay, putting that on the football pitch. It's just awkward. But do you reckon putting it where this thing is? Because I tried to put it against the back wall and it doesn't really work on the back wall, but I don't think the Tatooine works there either. Yeah, I think so. Are we mixing and matching the colours, or are we going to try and keep everything as individual things? So you've got one like sand, you've got one green. But I can show you just how big that thing is. Because if I put that in the length, we can have a look. Yeah, cleared all the space before. But this is a cool thing. This just happens to be, I don't know if you caught it, the exact same size as the cantina with regards to height. So that's a pretty cool looking throne room. But because everything is an awkward shape, we can't really afford to lose any space. It's much, much harder doing it with these sets than it is just with a standard 32 by 32 base plate. So that is the more awkward thing. So Indiana Jones dial at the front. I am now full length. Don't drop it. Oh, got it. So obviously the base plates aren't the correct colour. We know that. So I will put the correct base plates down. I either put all grey down and then just knock something off that. I don't even know what's come off. That was a plant. It was a bit of shrubbery. So how do you want that? So you want all the Tatooine shunting? So you want all of the Tatooine away, which will go into the middle bit. Try Indy where Jabba's palace was, and then Jabba where Indy was going. Oh, I hadn't actually planned anything for the Indy feed. I literally just put it in there just for sizing. That wasn't even the final home for it. But obviously, with the backing of this, we don't really want that, I guess, on show because, as you know, it's got so much stuff going on the back. But it's just, I just wish it was straight. Just wish it didn't have, because I don't think it shows how much of a curve this thing actually has. So it's a right pain to get the pins lined up as well. So we can have it Right, that's corner to corner. You can see how much is in front of that, and that's at the edge of the table. Obviously, I can spin it around like that and do something, but again, it's not the easiest of things to do an attack, which is just annoying. Obviously, I can move all of the sand behind. I didn't think this was going to be that difficult, but obviously it is, because that's got to be over the equivalent of almost 3 base plates, but it's nowhere near as girthy. So you want Jabba's Palace on the front edge facing in. So Rancor facing camera. So don't forget, yeah, this is the thing that you're always going to see on the unboxing. So we either have the Razor Crest on fire, always on show of the unboxing. Whatever goes on this corner will set the tone for basically everything. What's the roof like on this? Built it properly, which is nice. So again, that's what that looks like at the front. Straight, we can go angled. We can do whatever we want. And then obviously this then could go behind it, and then that is pretty much the length of we could have something like that. I mean, we could always have the car from Indy parked at the front. Yeah, I think so. I think that it's just odd that it's not odd, but the cantina is just so low that you can't really see it. But I don't know. I suppose if we want to put something in the front of this table and we do our own, we sort of do our own diorama on that bit, that's fair enough. Because if you think the Jurassic Park gates look nice there. Yeah, we can either do. I think probably out the two, the Mando ship would be more fun because we can do a Hoth display at the back and people understand what the Hoth bit is, and then we can just put in some Easter eggs with the ice cream and the slushy. But I don't think I've ever seen the Razor Crest on fire, either with the firefighters around it or being blown up by a load of other spaceships, and that's a ride. So, but it's just getting these in the right position as well, because as you can see, it's not the easiest thing, because I could put the bar across the back, which is and have the bar straight, and then that it could kind of overlap, which wouldn't be too much of a problem, I don't think. But you can just see how big all of that is, and obviously this is a huge area, and then we've still got the 12 base plates over on this side. So yeah, I think so. I think we can do that. I think it would look quite smart, because that is actually a ride at Legoland as well. They have like a little firefighting type thing. I'm gonna try straightening the cantina edge off and move the Tatooine over. But we have the Mando ship blown up. That Mando ship is basically going to be one of these squares, isn't it? So realistically, we want to try and get the other couple of dios on the other football pitch base plate, because Tatooine is going to take up 6. I think it's going to take up 6 base plates. Surprised, the area is massive, but it's just what the Cantina bar is the equivalent of 3 modulars in length. Yeah. Oh, you want Tatooine right at the back? Oh, you want, okay. Well, you want all of Indy at the back? Or are we having the 2 mixed in with Tatooine? Are we having the Dio in the back with the other Dios? Are we going to try and have the new adventure play area with this, for example? That's where the gate is for the entrance, so that's okay. We've got the ice cream and the slushy, which is okay. Oh, come on. There we go. So that is there at the back, like so. So I'm assuming we're keeping that Indy Dio with the Tatooine. I thought that was going to go with the pizza bar. So if we're going to do that. Can I get the bar straight flat edge to save some space? You know full well, I'm moving this so many times, it is going to get absolutely destroyed. It's going to drop at some point. I'm pushing my luck with moving it. That's probably the 5th time I picked it up. Just, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. On that bit, I don't even think I can reach. Oh, come on. Oh. That is there. Oh, games. Well, I'm moving it now, so it's too late. It's too late. We'll see what it looks like. Well, I'm going to move the cantina against the back wall to start with and just see if I can actually have it flush. It might be a case we might just have to mix and match everything up. Or we just don't worry about leaving space for anything else and just stick with this and don't make the land any bigger. But I think it's going to be a good fun project. If that goes, if I get that straight, fits, kind of fits. Might be the best place for it. Possibly. So that goes against the back wall. Good evening, Cheeky Monkey. Good evening. Everybody else is away. There's Argos has just put that big sail on. I've just sat. That's funny. I've just sat on that Dio. Oh, just got boulder to the bum. Hashtag that one, Jay. Oh, lucky it was a cheek. Yeah, so Saturday says hello. Killian's got the little ones. Yeah, good call. Good call. And I guess that would actually make sense for when the sail barge comes as well, all jokes aside, because that would be the highest point we could put it if we're going to raise that up and have it as like a zip wire bar type thing. So that'll do the trick. We can have Indy's car to the one side of the bar and put tables and chairs to the other. We could put two options. Do we have the throne room to the side across the back and then come forward? Because we got that's going to eat in 6 base plates we've got for Tana. Or we can have 9, I guess. We could have 9 base plates and then we just have Mando's ship. Hoth could be a skinny display over 3 base plates. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That across that back wall on that and this side. But again, this sticks out like a swine as well. Because this isn't obviously a base plate wide. Oh, I've ripped him off again. I'm at full length, Jay. Full length. Come on. There you go. Can you even see that? Yeah, I can't tell. I've ripped him off and I'm at full length. Oh, he's dropped again now as well. Oh, I can't erect him, Jay. I can't reach. Oh, I've done this on purpose. I've got cramp in my hip. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, that is actually touching. I'm going to save as much space as possible. That they are kissing and touching. And that is where we're at for those 2. So that is that. Now, with this box, we've got to think of what we're using that for. Because that could just be in the middle of the land as a photo thing, or it could be an entrance, it could be whatever. But that is there. Oz, how are we? Tips on the bugle. Good. I like that. Straight in. Any life-threatening injuries I get, you have got dibs on the bugle, sir, because I know that is on your wish list. I wonder actually if I can with this piece. Oh, don't want to do that. Do not want to do that. Can I get that bit in there? Right, we've created a shape. That's exciting. I think I might have just beaten you to it, Jay. Did you mean it like that, as that kind of shape? So that's the area we've got for Tatooine. I think I might have beaten you to it, possibly. If that's what you mean, then perfect. If that's not what you didn't mean, then... So we have the back of the palace, which is fine, because it's actually quite a good looking back end, to be honest. That opens up massively as well. How are we? Is everything good? We living the dream? So we have got teeny tiny bit of space to play with now, which is great. Do we have the vehicle parked up with the bar? Because it's things like this that eat into the space as well. We've got tables and chairs on the one side. Well, to be honest, the tables and chairs could be in it. That's going to be tiled. What we've got for you guys and girls, if you ever get bored and watch this back, the grey could be tiled for the cantina. And then we've got the 2 green plates basically left is space. So where the plates go upside down, so if I take that off so you can actually get a better understanding, where the table starts, that will be where the next section starts. So we can either have the car in the cantina, we can have the car beside the tomb, we can have the car wherever, it really matter too much. That could be chilled out outside the palace if it wants to be. We've got 2 other buildings to add in, which we can bodge and add in, and then potentially that's that little bit done. What are you gonna get? What are you gonna get yourself? Have you got many sales on? Yeah, the plane is really, really nice. It's just a really nice size as well. The car looks good. It's obviously together, but this, for the fact of just being able to have it dangling off the roof or doing whatever, and it moves freely enough. And obviously you've got the fire bits at the bottom if you want to, and the wings are really sturdy. So the fact that you can just rip the wings off and do whatever you want to do with them, it is a cool feature. But yeah, the minifigures, the plane and the car, they're both good things. The tomb's a really nice set. It's got good build features and everything in there. Yes, good call. There it is. Do you want it? Whereabouts in the bar do you want? Berlin sign in bar. Do you want me to eat? I'll click it into the bar, shall I? I'll bring you over. Right, full length again. I can have it tucked. I can wedge it, Jay. That work? Because once we start adding in loads of stuff, it won't look like it's so spacey, and it obviously will eat into the space massively. Wedged is good. Yeah, okay. And are we happy with obviously having that one facing forward and one to the like that? So that's obviously the corner that we've created. I think it looks smart enough, doesn't it? Looks smart enough. But yeah, the plane and car looks tidy enough. But yeah, it's up to you, obviously, what you get. But price to part ratio, obviously the other one better. But the plane is a really nice looking. It's just a nice looking thing, and the stickers add to it, to be honest. So it's it's a nice thing. Yeah, tiling's a little way off yet, dude. We've still got to add in the other bits. So I'm assuming what we will do is we can just add in that kind of just thrown in as a shop type thing. And we can do a bit of tiling around that. We could probably do the same thing around there. Oh, actually, I might just be able to add that to the side. There we go. Car-wise, DB Lego, how are we? We are currently designing and developing a new Star Wars area with the Indiana Jones set. So if you've got any ideas, and obviously please let us know. And I've put the horror stuff down here, guys and girls. So that's all shunted down to this bit for now. And obviously we've got the Razor Quest 2 to go. So with regards to this, that is kind of what that's looking like at the moment. And then we can just mess around with it and add the tiles in. Plane, are we dangling off the ceiling? Yeah, with the plane, we've got to figure out what we're going to do with that, because obviously this can dangle off. We've got plenty of Indiana Jones figures as well, so I guess we could have one at the bar. Does that make sense? I put Indy there for now. That'll do the trick. He's having an argument with the bartender. He's actually in that twice now, isn't he? Because he's in the corner with the gun. Naughty. Car probably could be parked there, like so. So that doesn't look too bad either. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I've tried it against the wall. It's just a right swine. But yeah, we'll get it in. So that's 6. That display is going to be 6 base plates, Tatooine, plus being able to go higher. Obviously, the actual Tatooine sets aren't massive, so they're not too bad. I just can't get over how big this diorama set is. So we've got the edge of this. So if we go lengthway, Jay, it's going to be two base plates wide, and then I guess we're just going to have to chop it all up with everything that's in the front. But we can figure it out as we go. In case you're wondering, we have got to figure out what we're going to do with that thing. You're falling over, aren't you? There we go. So we've got to figure out how, if we're going to incorporate that, what we're going to do with that, what we're going to do with that, because I have absolutely no idea what we can do for that one at all, and what and where we're going to put the actual Razor Quest as well, which I can't be bothered to move the box for because it's too big, but it is looking at me just to the one side. And then there's the opportunity for a trash compactor, which I think is a smaller looking thing, so that's all right. Well, I've sat on all of the I've sat on all these sets on purpose, dude, just for this reason. Because we had a long time ago when we heard the Indiana Jones sets were coming out, we wanted to do an indie merge. So should build that as an underground tunnel, bar tunnel, and put some poles and base plates on top. Which one are you thinking? What set is the underground tunnel? I have absolutely destroyed my own sig fig. There it is. So that is my own sig fig. Bit of chocolate. Right, let's get the rest of the dioramas in there. So yeah, this indie merge has been planned for a lot, probably before Christmas actually. But it's just working out the sizing. Right, that is what that looks like against the back wall. So I don't know if you can actually see it. Where is it? There. So that's how much it kicks. So how can we fix that kick? Yeah, dude, I'm on it. I just built the I just built this today. So that's just been built. So I've got that one in. And then all the other sets are going to go in, but we're only getting sets that we can use. So any food ideas or any ideas that you've got for it? But let's, what do we do with that diode? Because if I took that off and had it flush, if I unclipped it and had it straight, could I bodge it? Yeah, true. Yeah, that's I could put like a carrot thing there or something. But if I was to do that, let me take you off and get you low. So there you go, low now. So that is the cheese wedges. That's how it clips in. So I could have all three flush and then fill in the gaps on that bit with maybe a base plate just going across the top, or we keep it angled and we just tuck something behind it. But we could try a truck. We could give that a go and see what's what. Clip you back on. Any suggestions for trucks, guys? We have got. Well, if we have the fresh store, Jay, I could put the carrot behind it. Why don't we do that? We could have, because we're going to have a load of eateries in here, aren't we? So Cantina is our drunken area right at the far end of the land. Come on. That work? Can we get that in? Yeah, I think how I angle. The only thing is I can't angle it because it's somehow it's pinned. Oh my god! I ripped the front of this off one more time and throw it into the wall. I could just drive it in a straight line, and then you have the carrot side on. So there's that option. So this will be fine tuned when we start to tile it, but if you're having it that way, you have the back of the truck. That is the only thing. So I did it on the other way. Can I get that flat? I could do that. That would be better. I had that flat and curved it round onto the other side. That could then go somewhere else, and then that's what that would look like, because we've now got a curve coming into the Cantina bar. Two options. Reverse it in the gap or have it pushed against the wall. Your call. Your call. Because we lose space against that back anyway. It could work. All right, what we'll do, we'll leave it like that, and then if we need to fine tune it, we can do, because we could use that wagon in a more prominent position, I guess, couldn't we? But that's what that looks like currently with that. So that is what that looks like, and it curves round and then into the Tatooine section. So yeah, we will see. I can see us changing it, to be honest. I can see us chopping and changing it up a little bit. But once we get the tiles and everything in there, it should be okay. Just don't like the shape of it. Trying to, as a for what we want to do, it's perfect, but it's the wrong shape. How many times am I going to say that in tonight's live? Right. So you would have Hoth, where I'm going to put this plane. So that's your Hoth, is it? So where these vehicles are, that's your Hoth. How much length are we having for Hoth, though? Because I'm assuming what you're trying to create is to have the Mando ship in the middle, like broken and smashed, yeah? Yeah, so we could have a mini Hoth, I guess. We just have it on. We try and fit the Hoth onto one of these base plates. So we just have 180 AT, 180 ST. We've got the battle packs, and then we just have the Q line coming in and on. Because Tatooine's so big, we don't really need. It's a big ship, though. Any anybody can do any research? Anybody know how long this thing is? So obviously we're not going to have the engines on, so that'll save a bit of space. But can anybody remember how long it is? Because obviously they don't give the diagrams for some reason on every set. That would have been perfect now, so we've got the tape measure out and have a look. If anybody knows how long that is, let us know. Because yeah, it could, angle-wise, this thing's obviously ridiculously long. We could have that angled across the football pitch, and that actually does fit on. So as an angle goes, that fits. That is bugging me so bad. There we go. That's what we want. I'll just get some grey base plates and cover the gaps. That saves so much space having it flush against the back. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So what we're saying in the poll? We've got space for display. We've got some people wanting equal base plates for the display, which give it a go. So get your ideas in, which means each display will have 6 base plates. So that is the other option for it. The mix and match might be the easiest, but yeah, let me know. But yeah, you can have Mando blown up on there. So I could use the parts from this to cover up the gaps on that. So that could work okay. Or I might actually have some smaller base plates anyway. That's all I need to put. Yeah, manipulate that into a better position. So that should do the trick. What are we saying? I could have just grabbed my phone, to be honest, but I'm not 100% sure where it is. Not 100% sure where it is. So current free space we have got with nothing on it. 5 complete base plates plus a bit of the bar. So if we're going to have those 2 possibly for our bit, the fresh truck could be there. I'm not too sure we're going to fit the fresh food eatery in, but this could be up because this is built. I could have this off the roof chasing the plane, but I just don't know what we're going to do with the Boba Fett ship. But yeah, size wise, that is there. These are making some sort of progress. It's a shame that there's not tall at the Black. Killian, how are we? Good evening to you. So we're doing an Indiana Jones and Star Wars merging display. You have got 15 and a bit base plates of fun. Probably need close to 16 really, with how big the last one is. But yeah, you've got 16 base plates of stuff, sir. So kind of created a merge of a Tatooine area, and obviously that will get fine-tuned with regards to minifigures that go in and whatever else. We've had a good bit of fun trying to get this new dial in. I've literally just ripped it apart because I don't like how much it curves out. It doesn't show, but it's bugging me how much it does. So I'm just going to cover those little blocks of cheese up with another base plate. That's what's been done as it comes round, and then we've got that bit just there, and then we've got the bar, we've got a little hut, we've got another photo opportunity with Saturday Ave. I'm going to be taking all the photos for now, and then the car's parked just out the front. So that is the bit at the back. I will show you the other sets, so that way you can sort of get an understanding of potentially what we can do. We want to use Mando's ship for something here. either it completely blown up or whatever. And then we have got this. That needs to go somewhere. That needs to go somewhere. I might not even see it. That needs to go somewhere. That's going to be our pizza oven because it's going to be like our Epcot. So, yeah. So this whole area is a George Lucas merge. Yeah. So, yeah, it's Jay's come up with a very good name. George Lucas Lounge, I think he's called it, or something, where it's just all different things Star Wars and Indiana Jones related, but either it's all got to serve a purpose for a theme park. So this is going to be our pizza oven, and we'll have the pizza wagon beside it, and we'll put some tables and chairs out the front, and it'll be where it serves pizza. The speeder bike will be a salad toss. That you can toss up your own ideas for that one. That I don't know. I'm not too sure with regards to this. I don't know whether to have this just dangling off the ceiling, chasing the Indiana Jones plane, or we actually do something with the plane. So those are well, that's the only one that's really unknown, to be honest. This is the one that we don't quite know about. But we have added in the car, we've added in the Berlin sign, and we've added in the new tomb set, and obviously we've added in the other diorama. So yeah, all of these will just need to be what comes with a little stand, dude? Which one? Which one? And we're thinking this is the entrance / exit potentially to the park, or it goes somewhere. We have got then. I picked up 3 because I'm on a huge sale. 3 battle packs for the Hoth display, which we will have with our ice cream and slushy vehicles and stuff. Yeah, we could have like a construction crew just trying to place it somewhere, because I could get one of the cranes and just have a load of construction people around it. So yeah, it's anything that we can think of theme park. It's either we have it actually built and we have it off the ceiling chasing this, and it's those 2 that are flying around. So that ship is trying to get this plane, or we have a 3-way battle and we put Mando's new one up there as well, because this was just as a test to see if a current thing would work, and it kind of did with regards to views on the channel. Well, the Razor Quest is going to be blown up. We're going to make that as a big pile of mesh, and we're going to have a load of firefighters around it. Yeah, Jay's gone to find out how big it is. I thought it was large. I've got a very, very bad feeling it's very large. But we want to do a little bit of a Hoth display as well. Yeah, so that might be maybe the next one to build up. But I just built up the throne room. The throne room's an impressive looking set. It's got some nice minifigures and things with it, so it's a good looking thing. But yeah, so that is, we've got a lot of, well, I say we've got a lot of space. We've got a lot of base plates, but the space just disappears because it's the cantina takes up 3. But we've tucked stuff into the cantina, so we've created that corner off that edge. Jay's just gone to find out exactly how big it actually is. But I think I think it's on the Lego website for how actual size it is. I've got a tape measure beside me, so yeah, we can have a look. So it's too big, because it'd be interesting how big the wings are, because obviously the wings will come off. I might have to manipulate it and build it slightly differently. But hopefully that's looking clean enough from where you guys and girls are currently. Hopefully, he says. So that is, yeah. Oh, right. Jay's on it. Hang on. I thought you were going to give it to me in base plates and studs, Jay. 38 centimeters. That is not 38 centimeters. Oh, it's massive then. So it's base plate and a half in length. And it's a chunk, 28 wide. It's over a base plate and width. Well, I guess that's with the wings on though, isn't it? I would imagine. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Killian's literally just jumped in and said it's massive because he's got it. Yeah, I guess. I mean, could we raise it up with those clear circular cylinder tubes and just have it on fire, so it's not eating to the floor space? You know, it kind of feels like we need something up because everything's literally the same height, which is fine, but Death Star on the footy edge. Yep. I guess we could have that there. Have you seen the has anybody seen the free giveaway purchase for May the 1st? It is a conceal, like a solid, is it 280 piece Death Star itself? So yeah, that could be there, possibly. And then Hoth might go behind it. Don't forget, we've got the cheese factory. We need to think where we're putting the cheese factory as well. So we've got cheese factory that is to come. We've got the pizza oven. I'm sure we can make it all fit, but it's just awkward. Why did they remove PayPal for? That's a bit of a weird one. That is not good. Jay's been stung by the biggest toy bill in history this month. Pizza oven and an indoor on middle front edge. So that's a base plate, isn't it? Right, so if I try to get the boxes in place, so if that was there, like so, can't even see it, can you? So that is, I don't know why that, I should look. That's naughty, Jay. That's naughty. They shouldn't have. I don't know. I don't understand why they've done that. We can either have this on the corner, or it can go on the front, coming into that area. But then if we're going to have this thing in the middle, that's a base plate, and the speed of one, I guess, goes directly behind it. So we are only, that leaves us with one base plate at the end for Hoth. DMs, checking DMs. Yeah, it's a big thing. Oh, so it's not as long as the N1 Starfighter then? Interesting. So it could go in the corner with the wings ripped off and it raised up. Because if we got some of those cylinder tubes for it to sit on and bent the wings. Appreciate that, Killian. Thank you very much. He's moved his display over for me to show everything off. I will show you. So that is, if it will focus, there you go. The Razor Crest with the M1. And then width-wise, you can see that the M is... The wings are removable on this, Killian, aren't they? And that's the length. Thank you very much indeed, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah, so that'd be a That'd be an interesting one with regards to if we put the Razor Quest here and up. Oh, it's just pinned together. So if we had the Razor Quest raised up, snap the wings off, and had the wings directly on the floor beside it, it's not going to eat into that much width. So really, the Razor Quest could go wherever it wants to go because it's just going to be the hull. I'm going to have, obviously tomorrow I'm going to do some more building. The throne room was a really nice build actually. What should I build next? I guess is the question. Okay, no, all right, perfect. So that's really handy because. So are we saying with the engines off, it's the width of this? Oh, so with them next to it, that's still about it. So that's very handy to know because this at the angle will fit exactly where Jay thought about. So this N1. So if it helps for you guys and girls at home, the M1 with the wings on is like 28.5, 29. Yeah, because this is obviously a bigger plate, isn't it? So that's why I think this is obviously the big chunky monkey one. So we could have the Razor Quest as a possibility on those clear cylinder tubes, raised up and potentially angled, because you'd be able to get one of those. You know what I mean? One of those elements where it will pin to it, and then we have the wings snapped off and it completely on fire. But then, because we could have the gate, we could have this thing, Jay, the final Death Star, the jewel. We could have that where it is currently facing this way, because where my finger is here, this bit will be a separate footpath. So we could actually have the park entry, like the land entrance, in the middle rather than the corner, and then we can pick and choose which way we have it, because we can have it facing in or out, and then that in the middle then will leave us. I think working out for space. If this death, why don't you put the sizes on all the boxes? Because this curves round and goes flush. This can't be much bigger than a base plate, he says. So if we gave this 2 base plates, we would have 3 base plates in the middle, plus 2.5 base plates for Hoth, potentially. Yeah, I think that would look quite nice, because it'll be overlooking the horror section as well. So the front door would be going that way, so you'd see it side on, and it'd be right on this path going in. So okay, that'd be a good place to put it. I guess realistically, then it depends on how big we want to make a Hoth display, doesn't it? Because depending on how big we want to make that Hoth display will then depend on everything and anything else. Because if the Mando ship went here and it went up, do you think we could get the diorama underneath? Okay, sir, not a problem. Because if we could get anything underneath, we could save quite a bit of space. Not a problem, dude. I'm saying not a problem to everybody, because everybody's saying different bits and pieces. I'm guessing my phone's going to vibrate. Killian's going to send me a photo, I think. Yes. No, not yet. So Mando ship at the front. Hoth ice cream on the corner. It is difficult when they're not all built, but then at the same time, if I can't fit them in, it's not worth me building them. So I'll take them back and then exchange them with something else. So I got the 2 ships from the Lego store, so I can just swap that over for anything else. I want the block of cheese as well. The cheese factory. The new ship that comes out on the 1st, the massive thing, is what I want, because I had the big version of the block of cheese, and that's going to be our cheese bit. That's skinny. So again, if that can go over and be flying around, and the ship's off the floor, I am going to need a lot of cylinder tubes, I think. Right. So that potentially goes there. If that goes there. Yeah, okay, I'm with that. I am with that. Right, we've got about 17 minutes. And then I am done. So I only do an hour and a half and I'm gone. So 8 o'clock will be gone. I did do a video of how I managed to get all of this tidied up yesterday. I thought this would be quite quiet today. So I did do a Q&A as such to anybody else that will and have missed this upload, because a lot of people don't tend to catch the lives back because of how it goes into what playlist. So we just need to think of the size of Hoth, if we even do a Hoth. Because those battle packs, they can just be used for minifigures and pieces, because I've got nothing else for it. So we don't necessarily have to worry about it. We could just have a load of these people and those things flying around. And that way I don't get an AT-AT and I don't worry about getting anything else for it. So it's not really the end of the world for that. So I don't have to worry about Hoth as such, because I only have these 3. Unless we want to put Hoth in, then I will get it. So Death Star definitely going in. Block of cheese will definitely be bought and going in. Do we realistically have room for the trash compactor and the recycle waste lorry, or do we just not worry about something that silly? I would like to think that everything else is a base plate each, apart from the stuff that's going on here. So if we made a diorama on these 2, everything else, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 base plates left, is what we've got space-wise. And then we can just figure out exactly what's what. If I put those vehicles, I put them there, so we know what's going to be going there. I'll put that back there. So that is going to be another display. So that's 1 display, 2 display. Turn that. How deep is that? Is it? No, cheers for that, Killian. Let me have a quick look, see. Nice. So Killian's made like a little stand for the Starfighter. So I was thinking of maybe doing that for the Mando ship dude or something. That's the pieces that I was thinking of as well, just to prop it up. But over a period of time, maybe try and get some of those clear sort of cylinder tubes just to prop it up with. But because I've got the screw holes in the roof, I can get some fishing wire and then have it dangling over. Because ideally, the sail barge goes, if it was one to come out, would go over the Cantina bar, and that would be our massive drink area. Very true. Yeah. Of course, it stands up. But what could we use it for? It doesn't take up much space at all. Do we use it as a fridge? Do we use it as a ride itself? Yeah, Joe was filling me in about that. Is that from the Clone Wars, that one? It looks like it's going to be a big thing. Because obviously, ideally, what I would do now is I would have had my massive block of cheese raised up above all of this and then use the block of cheese as a roof and had it as an indoor attraction, because that's what I said from day one would look amazing. And I got rid of the block of cheese. The new, what is it? What, the new UCS one? Or I've seen that there might be a new big UCS one coming in September. I know, but it was in the way. It's just too big, Killian. It was nearly a meter long. Now I'll be like, yeah, if I had it, I'd have used it. Oh, the gunship. Sorry, no, I need to have a look. But yeah, that would have been perfect, because I'd have had that up. I'd have had the back end of the block of cheese with its nice blue engines facing you for every unboxing video, so it would have been nice and fancy, raised up to about yay high so it'd fit. Oh dear. How badly have you been done over with that, Jay? Not good. God, that took a long time for that to happen. So, in case anybody's wondering what's going on, there's a toy company that Jay gets a lot of his stuff with, and obviously a lot of the 6-inch community get their stuff from. And they went very, very quiet, I do believe, around Christmas time. And now they've officially gone into liquidation. So, so it's only 26 quid for Jay. But yeah, and obviously, yeah. Because some of them paid, obviously the people that paid outright for the stuff as well. Ouch. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, I feel sorry for them. Well, at least it's only 26 quid for you, dude. I guess with the import costs, it's just electric costs, everything. The government screwed everything up and over, haven't they, with regards to just anything and everything. And it's the knock-on effect, because you have the rent to pay, but then your energy bills quadruple. You have everything else to quadruple, but you can only sell it at a certain cost, and then you get stung. So not great. Maybe. Unless it's just because of what's happened, and people might not want to take the risk with PayPal, and they might potentially get charged for PayPal as well. So they might not bother, or PayPal might have changed their thing and charging the toy companies more money for protection. So it's a lose-lose, really. It's a lose-lose for anybody and everybody. But I went through a lot of this in 2020 with my gym and everything going under. I said there and then that the knock-on effect in a couple of years would be absolutely massive, and it's starting. So the snowball effect is starting. I think 2023 will be the worst year for businesses, and then 24, hopefully, it will all settle down and calm down. But it's not looking good. So if you're going to get anything, got to get it out. That's the only thing with our industry, I guess, with the Lego stuff, Jay. You got to buy it outright. You can't do the PayPal thing. You got to get everything. Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, it's nuts. It's all nuts. It's just not good. But on a positive, Argos have a big sale on. They've got 25% off. Smiths have their Easter sale on as well. What is this gunship you're talking about, Killian? Let me have a look. Where's the pictures available? Is it on the Lego website? Let me have a look, see. So let me see if I can find it, because we've only got 10 minutes left, so we can have a quick bit of Lego research. Oh, is it the Republic gunship, Killian? Oh, okay. No, I can't see anything about it at all. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, so that's all kicking off, which is always interesting, because it's never the easiest thing. But I suppose with the Lego side of stuff, they've never done PayPal, have they? So it's a little bit different in the toy game. They seem to offer PayPal pay in 3, 4, 5 months, where we don't do that at all. I've seen the new Clone Wars UCS set rumor thing that's supposed to be happening and coming out. So that's supposed to be a thing. I'm going to spin this right. There's absolutely no point having that facing over there. Much like that over here, so I can actually see everything at the same time rather than pulling my eyeballs apart. But yeah, if I had the block of cheese, that would have covered over that bit. That's it. Yeah, that's a big thing, isn't it? That looks like it's going to be another massive, long, ridiculously expensive thing. Yeah, that's it. The big ship, the red stripe. Yeah, I guess that's a good guy's version of the block of cheese, isn't it? It's kind of the same thing. Yeah, very expensive, very expensive. But it's not as expensive as the AT-AT, is it? But it's a lot of money. I was hoping that the X-wing that was coming out was going to be a sail barge for that price, and it would just look nice. $850. Good grief! Is that dollars though? Can't be 850 quid. Surely not. That'd be over $1,000. Yeah, it's a shame. I thought it was going to be this year. But it is what it is. Yeah, you're around. Ouch. So is it the good version of the block of cheese? Is that what it's based on? So they just had the same ship, but just did it in a different color. Is it the same sort of like model and thing? I've not seen the Clone Wars or anything, so I'm not really 100% sure in that at all. Don't say that. Don't say that, because I miss my block of cheese. That's why I want to get the the one with the orange engines that are coming out. You know, the one that's basically on the diorama plinth, and it has the little blocks of cheese pinging off it. And I'm going to use that as my cheese factory. Don't tell me that I should get this massive block of cheese, because I just end up not buying anything else for the rest of the year and then picking it back up and then realize a really bad mistake and building it. Okay. So it's going to be the same size then, isn't it? It's going to be a meter long again. It's going to be a monstrous thing. I don't want to pay attention to it, Killian, to be honest, because I really liked the block of cheese, but I hated the Falcon. And even the block of cheese to build was all right as well. But it's just because I got rid of everything. I just got rid of that at the same time. Should have kept the cheese. Should have got rid of everything else. Got rid of the Falcon. I should have kept that block of cheese. But it was massive. No, I have not watched that either, which is bad. I know, but I've not watched it. I don't have Disney Plus at the moment, because I thought Marvel weren't putting out. Well, basically, it ran I paid for the year. The subscription ran out, and then I was waiting for the next TV show to happen, and it's not yet happened. So, but yeah, that new UCS ship, the block of cheese, does look kind of cool, but I don't know. Yeah, see, that's the one that's coming out, isn't it? They've got the micro version of that Superstar Destroyer, and I'd like that as my cheese factory for this part of the theme park. That's what I would like. But yeah, if anybody's got any ideas of what are the food outlets we could use this Star Wars for, this is all going to be our Epcot. And directly behind the camera is what we're going to be doing next week, is making all dioramas up for this. So this is all basically in the right place now, roughly. So we've just got to basically crack on and see what is what. But yeah, that new, I like that Superstar one, the new one, because obviously it's got the micro versions of the blocks of cheese as well, and it's a half decent size for the price. But I thought it would look quite nice in this new display. So that is that's my port of call with regards to that one. Right, guys, I've got like 3 minutes 45 seconds left. So anybody's got any ideas or anything, let me know, and then I will skedaddle. Because like I said, I only do this for 90 minutes, and then I'm off. So at 8 o'clock I am gone. Unless an army of people suddenly turn up and then we end up adding on another hour. But there's not really too much more we can do with this section, because Jay came up with a great, between everybody and Jay, obviously, good idea for the Tatooine layout. I think the cantina needs to go at the back. That diorama looks better straight, so I just need to get some grey to cover in the those sections. I think that works. That works all right. Not a problem, Mr. Lego King. How are we? Are you looking forward to the Lego sets, the new Star Wars sets that are coming out? Killian was just letting me know. But yeah, the Grandad block of cheese. What a cool. I'm gonna have to have a quick look. There's nothing's out about that yet, is it? There's no official images of that out yet, because that UCS isn't due out until September. Is that right? Because they're staggering their releases, aren't they? So it's not all, because I thought they're just going to launch everything into May, but we've got the CMF minifigures coming out in May, and there's 3 or 4 sets coming out in the first, and then it staggers off and goes from there. Yeah, so the new X-Wing, I wish it was a sail barge, because I don't know why sometimes Lego seem to do that, because the X-Wing is still available to buy, just not the UCS version. So, and obviously the UCS version of that was out a little while ago. I don't mind them redoing the UCS stuff if it improves it and makes it better. But I can buy the normal one in a sale for like 25 quid. Obviously, it's nothing the same. But I would have thought they'd have waited and then 6 months later re-released X-Wing, because it's taken a while for them to redo a Death Star, because obviously now we're going to get the free giveaway with that as a Death Star, aren't we? But yeah, I was hoping for a sail barge, but only because it's what I wanted for my display, which it is what it is. You can backtrack them. You can get a much older one, depending on where you get it from, secondhand, quite cheap. But some you can, some you can't. It's one of them. But yeah, I think where we are with regards to that, there's nothing else that we can do until I build up any of these bits and pieces. Any suggestions of what I build up first? Do I build up the Razor Quest, the Bilba? Do I build up the pizza place? So do I build up the Jedi training, or do I build up the final Death Star Jewel? I'll start one of them tomorrow, I think, and just see where we end up. I think. Right, guys, that's it. I'll let you guys say goodbye to each other. Build it. That's going to be our pizza, the pizza one. So I could build that one up potentially first. All the Mando shots. I was trying to get through them. I'll see what I can get done before we go next week. If I can't get anything else done, we'll then just move on to the Marvel display, and then we'll go back to the Lord of the Rings in a week or two. But guys, done, finished, simple. there's some big videos coming up over the next couple of days just to keep you entertained, because obviously Easter, if it's bad weather, it gives you something to watch. But I'll catch you over in the next one, guys. Take care. Thanks for everybody's input. Ta-da.